Hey, what's up guys? Back again at Jones Subwoofer Solutions, doing more amp dynos, getting back on my viewer requests. Today I have the Wolfram O-5000 ready to go. Long waited, finally showed up over the Christmas break, and I'm getting it done now. So real quick look at the manual. O-5000, power at 1 ohm, 5,000 watts. Power at 2 ohm, 3,300 watts. Power at 4 ohm, 1,850 watts. So I myself have not seen any dyno videos of this. I did see some pictures floating around, but I myself do not know what this amp will do. So we'll find out today. I have heard some good things about it. Real quick, what it did come with, we get a bass knob with a power LED and a clip indicator, which is nice. That is an aluminum bass knob. Comes with a really long cord, some screws, and what was nice is it also comes with the toolkit. And one thing to note right away, I have 2-watt welding cable in there. It has dual inputs on the amp, so we're using as big of a cable I could fit in there, and that was 2-watt welding cable, so that should be more than sufficient to support the amp. So with that said, I'm ready. You guys, if you want, drop your guesses below. We'll see who's the closest. One thing to note real quick is this amp might pull more current than my meter is able to show. So on a few of these runs, we may not catch accurate current clamp. I do have a big boy meter that you will see probably in some future videos, but I don't have a way to film the big meter and the dyno at the moment for this amp if we need it. So doing the best I can. Enough talk. Let's get to it. So certified. And we're going to start 2 ohm, then we're going to do 4 ohm, and we'll come back around and do 1 ohm. I think I've decided that's the format I'm more or less going to use here. So 2 ohms. 2 ohms starting at 14.89 volts. Certified is all the way to 1% distortion. Here we go. And we got at 2 ohms, 3,592 watts, dropping to 14.5 volts. Very nice. And 4 ohms. 4 ohms certified. I'll reset that, sorry. Alright, 4 ohms certified starting at 14.9 volts. Wow, all the way up into 2,000 watts. 2,102 watts into 4 ohms. Dropping to 14.7 volts. Very nice. Move my clamp for a minute. We will check uncertified next. Uncertified will take us all the way to clipping. We're going to start with 2 ohms. And the dyno is at 14.89 volts. Here we go. Still going. There we go. 3,812 watts into 2 ohms. Dropping to 14.4 volts. Really good power out of this. Alright, 4 ohms. Starting at 14.89 volts. Okay, I'm going to reset that. Just does that when I start the track sometimes. All right, here we go. 4 ohms, uncertified. Uncertified, 2,181 watts into 4 ohms, dropping to 14.6 volts. So now we will check the dynamic power of this amp. Dynamic is a burst 40 hertz track. It is supposed to replicate music. And we have learned that some power supplies will provide more power on dynamic than others. So we will see how well the Wolfram O-5000 does. Dynamic burst, 2 ohms, starting at 14.85 volts. I think that's it. 3,775 watts into 2 ohms. Dropped to 14.4 volts. Not bad. Cue up my track again. And 4 ohms starting at 14.9 volts. Here we go. Again, over 2,000 watts, 2,170 watts, 2,171 watts into 4 ohms, dropping to 14.6 volts. Really not bad on this. So 1 ohm dynamic. Again, this was rated 5,000 watts at 1 ohm. Here we are. So burst power at 1 ohm, starting 14.81 volts. That is up there. 5,938 watts into 1 ohm. We dropped to 14.5 volts. Well overrated on the dynamic power there. And certified 1 ohm. Certified 1 ohm. So again, it's rated 5,000 watts. And this will take us up to 1% distortion. We're starting at 14.81 volts. Wolfram O-5000. Here we go. $5,215 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.2 volts. So easily made rated. And finally, uncertified 1 ohm impedance. Whoops. Get on the right track. All right, 1 ohm impedance. Uncertified, this will take us all the way to clipping, starting at 14.79 volts. Here we go. Oh! We got fire, guys. We got fire. I'll be back. All right, guys, we are back. Except the amp is not back. It's perhaps going to take a break. So ignore the damage for a second. We're going to take a look inside there, and then I guess I'll pull a Jerry Springer and give you my final words. Honestly, it looks clean inside. It looks like a well-built amp. I do know what it's built similarly as. We'll take a look at these end plates. So like I said, massive inputs. I fit dual 2-aught welding cable in there. Sorry guys, I'm still a little frazzled. I had to get the cutters real quick and get to work. I don't fuse my bank here. Alright, so anyway, it has 2-aught inputs. They're beefy. I'm sure even 2-aught Sky High is going to slip in there alright. Weird thing I haven't seen before, it does have 2 remote terminals. In the manual it showed both of them hooked up, so I did hook both of them up. I really doubt that was any type of factor in what happened though. On the other end, it's full bridge design, so you're not going to see linkable or strappable. You just see input output, high and low crossovers there. The high pass crossover is 15 hertz to 80 hertz. The low pass is 50 hertz to 20 kilohertz. You have a gain knob there and a variable bass boost, adjustable from 0 to 12 dB and 35 to 70 hertz. That plug there is for your bass remote. You do get power, clip, and protect lights, and some beefy 12 gauge-ish speaker outputs. Mine are 12 gauge, they fit in easily. Sky High 12 gauge probably fit in just fine. I don't know that you'll get 8 gauge in there. You might. Okay, back to the amp and what happened. That blew on literally the toughest test that the dyno does, which is the uncertified test. It drives the amp into clipping, and it pulls loads of current. Obviously in this case, more than the amp could take at a resistive 1 ohm. So as long as you guys are playing this hooked to subwoofers and not hooked to resistive load like the amp dyno, then you guys are fine. This isn't going to happen to you. So with that aside, the numbers this thing was putting out, wow, it impressed me. It put out some pretty crazy numbers, and it was, you know, cool and collected the whole time until, you know, I just gave it too much. So as usual guys, I appreciate any feedback you have. Please leave a comment below. I appreciate you guys sharing. I definitely appreciate you guys subscribing. Please hit the bell notification so that you guys know I upload a new video. Again, I thank you all, and we will see you next time.